Well, New South Wales Police are coming down hard on those who think they can break coronavirus restrictions while the rest of us are in lockdown. This afternoon, they've announced a blitz across the city's southwest and metropolitan areas for those in the community who are flaunting the virus rules. Now, it's a shame it's come to this, but if we want to drive down case numbers across the city, we need to make sure people are following these orders. Deputy Commissioner Mal Lanyon from New South Wales Police joins me on the line. Deputy Commissioner, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Jim. Much appreciated.
Now, I know you were at this media conference a short time ago. What exactly have you announced this afternoon?
We've announced that as of 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, we'll have a very dedicated police operation focused on high visibility in the southwest region of New South Wales and certainly in the Sydney metropolitan area. The health advice and certainly the latest health information indicates there are large numbers of areas of concern in the southwest metropolitan area of Sydney. And as a result, we want to get in front of that. So the large policing presence will be to ensure that people comply with the current health orders.
Okay, you've assigned 100 more officers for this blitz. What will you be asking them to do?
Very much being highly visible, as I said, Jim. It's about getting out, looking around at places of concern, at venues of concern, to ensure that people are doing what the health orders expect them to do. We've been very strong on the fact that we expect compliance, and we've sought compliance from members of the public. And can I say, to the vast majority of people, thank you for complying with those health orders. But we're still finding a large number of people who won't comply with the health orders, and where that's the case, we'll enforce them. So we'll be expecting these police to be out there making sure that people comply.
So, and what are the penalties for those who aren't complying?
There are penalties for individual, Jim, $200 obviously for failure to wear a mask, but there are other penalties for businesses. So where a business is required to do a certain thing and they don't do it, there are penalties for up to $1,000 for that. Again, we're asking for people to comply, but where they won't, we are prepared to enforce to make sure that the whole of the community stays safe.
Is your biggest concern the fact that is it more households and going from household to households and large groups of people going from household to household in those local government areas of concern?
So that is certainly one of the concerns. I think you've heard Dr. Chant talk about the fact gatherings of people put great deals of people at risk. So we have people moving between household, people moving between other places, and then basically crossing. So you'll have a number of members of one family go to another person, and that's really where it becomes a concern for us. So we want to limit that movement. It's been very clear that the requirement is to stay at home. There needs to be a reasonable excuse for someone to be out, and that's what we're looking for. We're asking people to stay at home unless they need to be out.
And will you be going from door to door, or will this just be for people on the roads?
No, certainly. We won't be going from door to door, but that's always a possibility if we have a report that someone is in breach. There have been a number of instances where police have been contacted where large numbers of people have gathered at houses, and we'll certainly attend those places and take action where appropriate.
Okay, just a couple of questions. We've had regular questions over the last few days, and I just want to ask you these ones. When it comes to reasons people can leave their home, will they be fined if they are, for example, on the way to visit a partner?
There are compassionate reasons, and certainly visiting a partner is an appropriate reason for someone to be out. What we're looking for is the intent. So what is the reason the person's leaving home? So if they're not leaving home strictly for the purpose of exercise or to conduct an outdoor activity or for a compassionate reason or for one of the other reasons that are very clearly outlined under the health orders on the health website, then that's what we're looking for.
So, for example, they won't be fined if they're on the way to a park for exercise?
Absolutely. If we believe that it's a genuine reason that they're going there, then that's absolutely acceptable.
Okay. So just before I let you go, we heard from Gary Warboys earlier, you're another Deputy Commissioner from New South Wales Police, about this incident at the Thornley, as far as this spitting incident, a very ugly incident, as far as this stranger who had an altercation with another shopper at this Bunnings warehouse and spat on this person, which is a disgraceful act. Have you had any sort of developments as far as identifying or trying to track down this unidentified man?
Yeah, Jim, I can indicate to you as we're speaking, there is a male currently at the Hornsby Police Station who is assisting us with our inquiries. You're right, it is a disgraceful act and it wouldn't be tolerable at any time, but during this environment you can imagine the worry that would have been put through that other person's mind, and that's why we won't accept that and we'll take it very seriously.
Okay, so that person of interest is actually currently at the Hornsby Police Station. What exactly happened here? What's the details around it? What more can you tell us?
Yeah, we've been informed that there was a male there shopping there, and he approached a man who was not wearing a mask and asked him why he wasn't wearing the mask. That person reacted quite angrily and spat on the male. Obviously, that is a disgraceful act, and we're asking for people to show some humanity. If someone is asking you to put a mask on, it's because they're caring about your health and the health of others. And we would just ask that people take heed of that. There's no need to react in that way. There was nothing threatening in the male's action. It was simply that he was asked to put a mask on, and I think that only exacerbates the problem and certainly shows why we're taking these sort of breaches so seriously.
Well, it's a disgraceful act, and I'm glad that you've got a person of interest that you're interviewing currently at Hornsby Police Station. Deputy Commissioner, thank you for your time this afternoon.
Pleasure, Jim. Thank you for having me.
Good on you. That's Deputy Commissioner Mal Lanyon from New South Wales Police.